Go. YouTube. What's good, guys? It's your boy T, and I'm back again with another live, guys, in this game day live for week 3. And listen, guys, I feel great. I feel great about this year. I feel great about week 3. Guys, you just got to weather the process. You just got to weather the storm, right? I think all our players that we know from the 70% hit rate, the players that I've been telling you to pick up, you play them. It's that simple. Don't try to look and get too cute to try to reach for something in a vacuum. Let's go macro today, not micro. Let's go macro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see. Let me do my shout outs. We got Big Will in the house. I say Big Will in the house. Watch your mouth. We got Sports Dog in the building. We got MVM in the building. We got my homie RG in the building. We got South 77 in the building. We got Joel in the building. We got Tron Force. Excuse me, guys. We got B Growing Stuff in the building. We got Ice Cold Jones in the building. We got the best barber in the West Coast, Deal Devoted, in the building. We got Kales 22 in the building. We got Scott in the building. We got Jaden Lamb in the building. We got M81608 in the building. We got my homie Robert Christensen in the building. First in the building. We got Robert Foster in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got Jawan Allen in the building. What's up, bruh? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. So, guys, I'm not going to go over the weather. I don't like the doing the weather through the vertical live. It just, to me, is like, today, don't go with this team, and this weather's going to, I don't know. Let's get to the stars and sits questions, right? This is what it's about. But before we get to the stars and sits questions, guys, I want to tell everybody, hit the like button, become a member of the channel. You want to get your questions answered in priority. Also, guys, if you super chat, I get to your question immediately. Other than that, guys, you're going to have to flow with the rhythm of the channel according to my members and according to who asked what question first. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Let me make sure everything is right. Okay. So here's my 3 player prop bets. My player prop bets. My first one's going to be Matthew Golden for over 2.5 receptions. So if 3 receptions, I'm going with Matthew Golden for 3 receptions today. Chuba Hubbard for anytime touchdown. Anytime touchdown. DK Metcalf, anytime touchdown. Christian Gonzalez is out. Christian Gonzalez is out. DK Metcalf is a must start. Christian Gonzalez is out. I said it again. One more time. Christian Gonzalez is out. When Christian Gonzalez is out, New England is giving up the cookies. You can come in there and take their cookies. You got to start DK Metcalf. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jason Rodriguez. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's get to the first question here. It's Sports Dog. Sports Dog says, TD 100, 18 PPRs, Superflex. I'm using Drake London, but he has a tough matchup. Ain't no such thing as a tough matchup with where you drafted Drake London. We don't worry about tough matchups for those tier guys. He's too big of a tier. Has a tough matchup, but I have J-Mo, Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin, Butte, Khalil Shakir, and Rashid Shaheed. So do I leave London in? He hasn't seen much use. Yes, you got to leave him in. I love J-Mo. I like Keenan Allen as a safe PPR guy, and he's putting up numbers with the touchdown upside. Terry McLaurin has no Jaden Daniels. He has Marcus Mariota. I love Butte. Butte is like my little secret weapon. Pause. Khalil Shakir, we already know he already played. Rashid Shaheed has the big playability. He's a boom guy, but I'm just talking. Drake London, that's easy. You got to play Drake London. You have to play him. He practiced all week. Big Will says, what up, Deal Devoted? MVM says, TD, good morning, bruh. Hey, so the trade went through. I got Tet and Quinshawn Judkins and Nico and Keon Coleman. Good job for Nico and Keon Coleman. Right. I respect that. I like Ted. You getting some upside for the fourth quadrant. We're giving up Nico. So I'm okay with you giving up Nico, but I like the Quinshawn. Quinshawn is, listen, all these rookies is struggling, and Quinshawn goes out and gets a charge, gets the charge dismissed, and he's going to be the best rookie running back in the league. Quinshawn, and I love him today against Green Bay. You know me, I'm not scared. I know football. I've been playing football for years. I know what it is when you play against a good team and what you need to do and how you counteract that. And Quinshawn running right at Green Bay. I'm telling you that. I'm not saying he's going to have no 150 yards. I'm not saying that Quinshawn going to have 200 yards or catch a ball for 80 yards. But he's going to have 20 carries and get the green zone touches. The rest is up to the team. So Quinshawn going to get all the workload today. Let's see here. He says, okay, good morning. I got a text. So that was great with Quinshawn. Also, should I start Stafford or Mariota? I'm going with Stafford over Mariota. This sun is beaming, guys. I might have to put my top down because it's hard for me to see. But yes, who should I start, Stafford or Mariota? I'm going with Stafford over Mariota all day. I'm actually sitting Terry McLaurin, and I usually don't sit my studs, but Terry, to me, still ain't quite on that level of the top-tier guys to play with a backup. So that's why I don't like Mariota. I don't think he can handle any weapons except for Debo, and Zach Ertz is going to be okay, and Bob, Bill Nye the Science Guy, is going to be okay. Also, J.K. Dobbins or Henderson, you know what, man? You got to go with the safe play. You got to go with J.K. Dobbins. He's the safe play today. Got a super chat from the best barber from the West Coast, Deal Devoted. He says, Titty with the fresh fade and design. You know it, bruh. Yes, sir. That's a good look, Chip. Thank you, bruh. Thank you. RG says start a limited Ibuka or Pearsall with Mac Jones. I'm going with Pearsall. Juwan Jennings might not play. He's a real true game time decision. So I'm going with Pearsall. I feel good about Pearsall. And guys, that's why I always tell you, my answer can change up into Sunday morning. That's why you have to keep flowing with the channel. We can't just be nesting in something on Tuesday or Wednesday and say that the whole week. Sometimes stuff changes depending on injuries. So right now I'm going with Pearsall over Ibuka. Ibuka is not a strong start today. He could ball out, but he's not a strong start today. Okay. South 77 says, good morning. Would you trade Flowers and Mixon for Ridley and Henderson? No way. I'm not getting rid of Zay Flowers off my team. You got the sauce. You got the guy, the breakout guy that nobody really saw coming. We kind of knew we know he's a great player. And now you thinking about getting rid of him? No sirree. No sirree. We're not getting rid of no Flowers off your team. If you was doing it for like Chase or something like that, or CMC or Derrick Henry, I might consider it. But we're not getting rid of no Zay Flowers for no Ridley. Ridley? The Jag? No, we're not doing it. That's Whoopi Goldberg. We don't want no Whoopi Goldbergs. We want Margot Robbies. We want Sanaa Lathan's. MVM says, Ibuka, D-Hop, Pittman, or Wicks. Please pick two. I'm going with Pittman and Ibuka. I'm going with Pittman and Ibuka. Yes, sir, Dro. He says, hey, what you guys saying? Start one wide receiver. Start one wide receiver, one flex. Okay. I'm going with to go with Troy and Golden, man. If you want to take out Golden for Bill, I get that. Because Bill is the goal line back, but Marcus Mariota worries me. I don't know if Marcus can go and put up 21 points. Then did he do it last year when Jaden Daniels missed the game? Yes. He did have one good game when Jaden Daniels missed. But I'm not going to count on it for this week. So I'm going to go with Troy and Golden slightly over Bill, but you can alternate the guys. If you want to go with Bill over Golden, I don't think that's a bad move. Tron, what up, bruh? Big Rowan says, hit that like button. Yes, sir. Let's get the likes up. Juan says, yeah, what up, folks? Tron says, better flex out of Ibuka, Monty, Troy Franklin, Bill, or drop Troy Franklin and pick up Hollywood. No, don't drop Troy Franklin. What we're going to do right here, a better flex out of Ibuka, Monty, and Troy Franklin. I'm going to go with Troy slightly over Bill. Troy slightly over Bill. No Monty. B. Growing says, I got a Falcons defense. Should I pivot to the Bucks or stick? I think it's tomato. I think both has got good matchups. I like Carolina. I like Carolina to get better throughout the game. I'm hoping for a good game from Carolina, so I don't want to be biased. So I think you switching the defense, it could go either way. Yes, yes, I like the Bucks. I like the Bucks against Tyrod Taylor, but I'm a little worried that Tyrod could go out and hyper-target Garrett Wilson for a couple touchdowns, which could hurt them. But I believe Carolina can score. They got Chuba Hubbard. They got Ted McMillan. They got a couple of little good weapons. Xavier Leggett might not play, but who cares about Xavier Leggett at this point in time? So I think it's the same defense, man. I'm not going to sit there and tell you to swap out these two defenses. Stacy, she says, good morning. Brian Thomas Jr. or Garrett Wilson? I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. over Garrett Wilson. The reason why is Tyrod Taylor, and I like Tyrod. Tyrod is a top-of-the-line backup in the league. He's one of the best backups, probably the number one backup quarterback in the NFL. I really believe that. Maybe might be one or two guys that can contend with him. Brian Thomas Jr. has the draft capital of making sure that he get the ball. Trevor's trying to make sure. The coaching staff is making sure he's a top 10 pick. So is Garrett Wilson. I just feel like Brian Thomas Jr. is ranked higher than Garrett Wilson than me. That's the only deciding factor. Both of these guys should be getting 8 to 10 targets. Now, the common denominator, or I say what you could pull out of both teams, is Garrett Wilson has a backup quarterback. Brian Thomas doesn't. But do you really like Trevor? So I'm gonna go with Brian Thomas Jr. He's due for one. Juwan Allen says, should I start Njoku or Okonkwo? I'm starting Njoku. I'm dancing with the girl that I came to the party with. And that's my 70% hit rate guy. So I'm going to keep playing this guy when it comes to a Okonkwo who's not established, who's not getting her hair done. She's not getting her nails done. But Njoku, we've seen that. We've seen her look good. You know, I'm using the metaphor. So I'm going with Njoku. Pause. I'm going with Njoku. Juwan says, Travion going off today. I hope so, bro. I'm not playing him. I got him on the bench, but I still want to see him play good. Guys, if you're not a member, I will get to your questions. So don't get frustrated. Don't leave the live. I have to reward the people who spend money with me, right? These guys are on tiers. They on a member of the channel. So I want to get to their questions first. And then after I get to their questions, I'll start flowing through the chat. So I appreciate everybody's patience. George says, is Travion still a start or he's a bench until we see? He's a bench until we see. Will Hayes, what's up, bro? He says Tyler Warren or Juwan Johnson. I'm going with Tyler Warren. Because both of these guys have came out of nowhere. We kind of like Tyler Warren as a rookie, but he came out and showed us that he's going to contend as a top 5 guy. Juwan Johnson is getting hyper-targeted. I'm going to go with Tyler Warren for the touchdown upside, and he's playing with Daniel Jones, and this offense is on fire. So I'm going with Tyler Warren over Juwan Johnson. Big Will says, we still going with J-Mo at Baltimore over Ibuka? Yes, sir, bruh. Yes, sir. Yes, we still going with J-Mo. Martin Castillo says, TD, star at 2. Genty, Dobbs, Golden, Rashad White, cutting edge content. I'm going with J.K. Dobbins. Golden slightly over Judy. I'm going with J.K. Dobbins, and I'm going with Golden slightly over Judy. If you wanted to swap out Judy and Golden because of Golden volatility, I would understand. If you are a member, give them a little grace. But if they start spamming the chat, now if they say one bad comment, let them go. Let them come in here and vent. They're human. They have the right to speak. This is free. I believe in free speech, but I don't believe in repetitive disrespect. We come in here, we have an energy in here. We don't want this energy before we set our lineups. We don't want no negative energy. We don't want no haters. We real men here. We talk to people's faces. I ain't going on nobody chat and talking bull crap. And I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit, and then I'm gonna move on. Right? This is what I'm doing right now. So, if any of my moderators, if you can, like I said, if you see somebody saying stuff in the chat, give them a little bit of grace and then get them out of here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Sean. Appreciate that. Okay. All right, let me go back from the top, guys, and get some. Ice Cold Jones says, which quarterback to start? Russell Wilson, Browning, or Mac Jones? I'm going with Browning, throwing it to Jamar Chase. I'm going with Browning, throwing it to Jamar Chase for fantasy purposes. Kale says, Ricky Pearsall, Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, pick 2. I'm going with Devontae Adams. And I'm going to go with Ricky Pearsall over Cortland Sutton. Now, Cortland Sutton is the number 1. So if you wanted to go with Cortland Sutton, there's nothing I can tell you. But I'm going with Ricky Pearsall. I got him ranked a little bit higher. I like the San Francisco 49ers offense. Jawan Jennings might not play. So that's more targets for Ricky. So I'm going with Ricky Pearsall and Devontae Adams. But if you want to switch out Cortland Sutton for Ricky, what could I say? There's nothing I could say. Scott says, TD's going live. Let's go. Yes, sir. Deal the Voter says, as you join, hit the likes. It's only right. Yes, sir, Deal. KO says, Tony. I don't know who Tony P is. Is it Ricky Pearsall? He says, Tony P, Genty, J-Mo, Troy Franklin, pick 1 for the flex. I'm going with J-Mo. No, I'm not. I'm going with Genty over J-Mo, Troy, and whoever the Tony P guy is. But yes, Genty needs to be started. Pick 1 for the flex. I'm putting Genty in my flex. Scott says, need to decide to put Sutton or Pittman in my flex standard lead. I'm going with Pittman. That offense is on fire. He has a lot of touchdown upside. He's a jump ball wide receiver. Those guys get green zone targets. So I'm going with Pittman Jr. over Sutton. Let's see here. Kale says, should we still play Ibuka with the news that he may be limited in the game? It depends on what you got. I'm not playing him in a lot of leagues because I got other better players, especially Troy Franklin. Like, I'm putting Troy Franklin over Ibuka this week. Deal the Voter says, would you start Judkins over Bob or Bill? RB2, bench, JCM, flex, Golden. Yes, I would start Judkins over Bill today because of Marcus Mariota. Then he says bench, Ja'Cory Cross-Merritt, and flex, Golden. No, I would play Ja'Cory over Golden. Golden's still a little volatile. I liked his opportunity today. I like that Reed is out. Tucker Kraft is a little nicked up, but I'm still going with Bill over Golden. Jaden Lamb says, I need to drop 1 for a quarterback. Who do I drop? ETN, Ricky Pearsall, Ibuka, or Chris Godwin? I think you drop Chris Godwin. Jaden Lamb says, what quarterback should I pick up for this week? Goff, Caleb Williams, or Jordan Love? I think you got to pick up Goff and play him. I love Caleb Williams in a vacuum. He is my start quarterback or boom player of the week. but I'm not gonna put no boom player over no solid quarterback like Golf. Like we don't have to do that. Like it's not time to try to look and get cute to get some 30-point boom that may not happen. Go ahead and get the guy like Jared Goff, who's going against the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens defense is good, but we know they put up points. I don't give a damn what Green Bay did to Detroit. Detroit's going to put up 20 some points every single game. Even if they don't, that's a great start. So I would play Goff over Caleb Williams and Jordan Love. All those quarterbacks are good quarterbacks to start this week. Deal Devoted says, hit the likes, cutting edge content. Yes, sir. MH1608 says 18 full PPR, start 2 in the flex. A banged up Ibuka, Kenneth Walker, Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, or George Pickens. Start 2 in the flex. I'm going with Kenneth Walker and Garrett Wilson. I'm going with Kenneth Walker and Garrett Wilson. MH says, are any of these guys worth a stash in a shallow 8-team league with only 5 bench spots? Tootin, Franklin, and A.L. Manor. It depends on what you got. If you got good wide receivers, then Tootin is worth a stash. If you don't got good wide receivers, then I would say I like A.L. Manor, man. I really do. Because of Calvin Ridley, it's still up to find a really good number one on that team. Franklin, to me, is a better player right now. But for the third and fourth quadrant, I think A.O. Manor could be even better than Franklin. So I'm going to get a little cutting edge right here and say A.O. Manor for a stash over Franklin. I think his upside is a little bit more than Franklin, even though Franklin has a better situation. So Tootin is a good stash. You always stash running backs because something can happen to Travis Etienne. Robert Christian says, Franklin, Dobbs, Tillman, Butte need one flex PPR. I'm going with Franklin over Dobbs, Tillman, and Butte today. I like Butte. It's between Franklin and Butte, but I'm going with Franklin over Butte today. Robert says, need 2 defenses, Green Bay, Seattle, Atlanta. Thank you. I would say Green Bay and Seattle. Atlanta's playing against Carolina. I think Carolina could get a lot of garbage time points in fantasy. I don't know how your defense is broken down. Robert Foster says, what's good, TD? Need a flex for PPR. Monty or Quentin Johnston? Monty or Quentin Johnson? I'm going with Quentin Johnson as the upside. Monty is 10 points all day. Monty most of the time is going to give you 10 points, but he has a bad matchup the way he runs. Baltimore and Roquan Smith love a running back like Monty. They're going to hit Monty in the mouth. Jameer Gibbs is what gives them fit. They can't tackle Jameer Gibbs in open field. They can tackle David Montgomery in open field. He's a good back, but they got a great defense, especially guys like Roquan Smith and those type of guys. Johnson for the upside. And listen, guys, this is why I look upside. We know Quentin Johnson is not better than Lad McConkey or Keaton. He's a better ranked wide receiver. Why? Because of the boom. That's why I always tell y'all about the boom. It's a cheat code. Quentin Johnson ain't running no routes like no Keenan Allen. He ain't got no hands like no Lad. But guess what? He's an explosive player. And they don't take number one catch. That's one catch. Let's see. Josh Pollard in the building. What's going on, Josh? Brian Ortega, he says, TD, Debo or Ridley? I'm going Debo all day. JC says, Ibuka or Jalen Warren? We're going with Jalen Warren all day. Deal Devoted with the 100 symbol, guys. That's what, you know why I chose the 100 symbol? So, and I'm on the back. I'm a real guy. This is why, I saw somebody in the chat say it earlier. Nothing wrong with what he said. He's kind of right. He was like, hey, man, why you too old to be worried about what somebody said in the chat, man. You need to get your money up. So, and I know it's just a chat, right? But this is what I say. I keep it 100, guys. I don't tell lies. So I don't know how to fake nothing. I don't know how to ignore the guy he's like, oh, it's cool. I don't play them games. And guess what? I'm still here. I'm not in jail. I got a job. I make money. So my attitude is okay. You know what I'm saying? So I just want y'all to know this is why I love the 100 symbol, because we keep it real here. We don't play no games. We ain't got no time for no pit pat. Brian Torges says Ibuka limited snaps. Yes, he is limited today. That's why I kind of been selling high on him. And Chris Godwin's going to come back and it's going to make it disgusting to want to play these guys for touchdown upside. Pack fan says, go Pack, go. Robert Foster says Juwan Johnson or Ertz. I'm going with Juwan Johnson. New York, what's up, NY? He said stash Likely. Ravens have been working on a contract extension for Likely while Andrews is in the last year of his contract. Bro, I think he already got the deal. I could be completely wrong. Somebody let me know in the chat. I could be completely wrong. All right, guys, let me go down here and find this super chat. I think we got a super chat here. Yes, from Thomas. Appreciate you, Thomas. He says flex 1, Ibuka, Ayo Manor, Henderson, or Harvey. I'm going with Ayo Manor over Henderson and Harvey and Ibuka. Yes, I am. And let me tell you why. Harvey, he's getting sloppy second carries from J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins going to probably have the first crack at a goal line carry. Harvey can break a long run, but we not waiting on him to break no long run. We're not doing it for Travion Henderson, which is in the same situation. He got two backs in front of him. Antonio Gibson had one of his best games of his career last week. With the kickoff return and had a couple good carries. You got Ramondre Stevenson, who's trying to have a revenge year. So Ibuka is on the snap count. I'm not waiting on the snap count for a touchdown. So the guy who's full ready to go, they need him because Kyron really is not that guy for every week. Is Ayo Manor. So that's why I'm going with Ayo Manor in a full PPR league. Appreciate the super chat. Remember, guys, when they keep spamming the chat, moderators, I made some of you moderators. I need you to be able to go into the chat and get rid of those messages so we can make sure that the live flows smoothly. Bob Hope says Hurts or May, Ibuka or Swift. You got to play Hurts. You got to dance with the girl that you came to the party with, so you got to play Hurts. It's not time to do anything to Hurts. Nowhere close. Ibuka or Swift, I'm going with DeAndre Swift if he's fully healthy. I know he's got some type of injury. So if he's fully healthy, I'm going with DeAndre Swift over Ibuka. Big Breakfast says, Ja'Cory Cross-Camara blow-up game today. Look out for it. I hope so. I hope so, bruh. B. Silver says, if America will be limited and Evans will have a good corner on him, who is Baker looking for to? Cade Otton? I think he's still going to go to Mike Evans. He's still going to go to Ibuka when the time presents itself. He's just gonna flow. He's not gonna hyper target nobody per se, right? He's just gonna let it flow. So whoever's getting open is gonna get the targets. Mike Evans might go to the slot. Ibuka may go to the slot. Cats took over, said start Golden, Downs, or Mooney. I'm starting Golden over Downs and Mooney. I'm starting Golden over Downs and Mooney, and it's because of the opportunity, guys. With no Reed, a Tucker Craft injury, they talking about it ain't season ending, which was weird. You want to talk about season ending? Nobody said it was season ending. We just wanted to know what happened in practice. I'm not saying he got a season-ending injury or he's not going to get no targets, but I like Golden today. If Golden ain't have at least 3 catches today, I don't know when they going to have 3 catches, right? So I say why not? Over Downs and Mooney, yes, I will go with Golden. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Sean. NY says the matchup is tough this week for Franklin, but he should see a volume. Are you starting him? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Sean says Cup, Stevenson, McLaurin, Nick Chubb, or Travis Hunter. With JSN having an injury, I'm going with Cup over Stevenson and McLaurin. I like Nick Chubb to have a rushing touchdown today, but I like Cup to have 8 to 9 catches. So I'm going with Cup slightly over Nick Chubb, then Stevenson, then McLaurin, then, or I say Travis Hunter, then McLaurin. Sean says, we like Scatterbo. Yes, I like Scatterbo today. I am starting Scatterbo in a lot of leagues. Sean says, start 2 PPR for my question above. Okay, so I will go with Cup and Nick Chubb. Cup and Nick Chubb. Ronald, he said, still starting Ibuka over Pollard today? No, I'm not. No more. We're not. We're going with Pollard right now with the snaps count with Pollard. Thank you for putting that question back in there, Ronald. Joy NYK says, TD, what's up, bruh? NY says the Chiefs have been torched by the slot wide receivers. Rondell would have a good day. Should have a good day. We hope so. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen enough to try to say that Rondell's going to keep that going, right? But we know it's a situation. If you need a wide receiver to play, why not play Rondell? B. Growing says, I'm not seeing anyone I drafted in the first couple of rounds. Right. Dancing with the girl I came to the party with. Preach, B. Growing. Preach. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Sean says, good energy before we set the lineup. Yes. Appreciate that, Bill. Big Will. Appreciate you deleting them hating messages. Sergio says, 100 TD, who could I trade Kyron Williams for? Okay, those are tough on Sundays, bruh. But those are really tough. Let me see if I can find any. I like Chuba Hubbard. I like Ashton Genty. And let me try to see if I can find one more. I don't say nobody that I'm not really high on. I feel like he's falling off a cliff. No, he's just safe. He's just safe, man. That's what he's always been. He's a safe stud, bruh. Sometimes you got to weather the storm. You can have a lot worse players, right? You can have worse guys. Also, Corm is much more explosive. I don't want to get into that. You're right. You're not lying. But Kyron knows how to play. Sometimes guys like Emmitt Smith, you want to talk about explosive? Emmitt Smith wasn't explosive. He could play, though. You know what I'm saying? It's the difference between, same thing with Terrell Davis. Are they explosive? I don't know if you would say explosive, but they can play and they can still have big plays. So Kyron still can have big plays, man. I think you just got to weather the storm. Don't be so hard up to get the cookies, right? And you know what I mean. Don't be so hard up just for him to have a boom game. As long as you got somebody who's getting goal line touches and touching the ball 15 to 20 times, but bro, this is fantasy. This is the only thing you can hope for. Derrick Henry hit 20 yards last week. Big Will says there's always one in the chat that's off their meds. No need to waste your breath talking to them. Yeah, bro, you right, Big Will. But I like one thing I will do. I will address it to a certain extent. Just who I am as a person. But I won't go off on a tangent like I used to go when I was younger. I would say 3 years younger. Yeah, I would go off on a little bit of a tangent. But I will address it to a certain extent. You don't want to run for anything. You want to own it. Sometimes it could be some truth in there. Sometimes it could be some truth. So, I'm not going to sit there and say they hating all the time. But appreciate that, Big Will. Christopher says Pollard. Yes, Pollard is a good start today. Or Ibuka. That's the last time I remember somebody saying something about Pollard. But Jaden Lamb says, drop one. Pearsall, ETN, Chris Godwin, Ibuka. I need to pick a quarterback, unfortunately. It would be Chris Godwin. B. Silver says, I need a boom in the flex. I got Hunter. I got Tyquan Thornton. Wide receivers on waivers are Slayton, Pierce, and Parker Washington. I need a boom in the flex. I like Pierce or Tyquan Thornton. I like Pierce or Tyquan Thornton. You choose between those two guys. They kind of the same player. Tyquan Thornton with Xavier Worthy might be a sneaky play. Brinley says Jordan Love or Caleb Williams. I'm going with Caleb Williams over Jordan Love. Jones says Johnson or DJ Moore in the flex. I'm going with Johnson, Quentin Johnson over DJ Moore. King of Fantasy Football says JSN is dealing with a stomach bug. Yeah, and that could be bad too. That could be bad too. That can affect you just as much. Your energy, holding in, make sure you hydrated. Thank you for letting me know that, King of Fantasy. The Outer Limits Music says got offered Hawk for Scatterbo. Should I take the trade? I have Kid on IR. No, you don't need no Hawk. Go stream somebody. You ain't giving that up like that. No. I'm like a father, man. No, my daughter ain't giving it up like that. No pun intended, bro. But I ain't gonna let nobody do you like that. You ain't taking no Hawk, no second fiddle tight end for no Scatterbo who could be a league-winning RB, a flex play in RB2. No. Joseph 4 PPR in the flex, Hunter or Ibuka. Whoa, that's rough. I'm going with Travis Hunter. I don't feel great about it. I'm a little bit nervous about Ibuka, but let's go with Travis Hunter. Joy NY, he says Baker or May today. 6-point passing touchdown. Jalen Warren or Connor. I'm going with Jalen Warren slightly over Connor. I don't think Caleb Johnson is even active today. Kenneth Gainwell will be there. But I'm going with Baker over Drake May. Baker, he's been balling, man. I don't see no reason to sit him, even though Drake May has the rushing upside. I think you need to trade one of the guys. If Baker has another good game and May, I would trade Baker to get exactly what I wanted and keep May. But I'm going with Jalen Warren, and I'm going with Baker. It's hard to sit Connor. I don't think Connor is a sit. I just think Jalen Warren has a great opportunity today. Robert Foster says J-Mo or Jordan Mason. J-Mo or Jordan Mason. I'm going with J-Mo for the upside. Jordan Mason is safe, but is a backup quarterback in there. He's going to get all the goal line carries, so if you want to pick him up and play him for the goal line, that's fine. I don't think nothing wrong with that. But I want to play J-Mo for a boom play because it's going to be a lot of points scored in the Detroit-Baltimore game. So I want the boom. So I'm going with J-Mo. Sean Bonds, what's up, bruh? That's my homie right there. B. Silver says sitting and Mecca for which wide receiver? Franklin, Jennings, Shaheed. I'm sending them for Franklin. But you can send them for Shaheed too or Butte. But I like Franklin over those guys. Deal Devoted, best barber in the West Coast. Be growing with the 100. JC said Strange or Andrews, one more shot. I got a weird feeling he scores. He can score, but listen, I hate to say this. Just because you take a girl home, does that mean really that you scored? Who is it? Are you going to marry her? Is she beautiful? Or it doesn't matter if Mark Andrews scored. What did that mean? You are you trying to capture something like that in a bottle just for, I was right? Because sometimes being right, if I say somebody going to score 5 points, well, whoopie-doo. He scored 5 points. What is that going to really do? Or if I said somebody going to get a touchdown and he only get 3. Now, he get 8 targets and he scored a touchdown. That's the Mark Andrews that we know about, right? But it doesn't matter if he get that. We need to be setting guys in our lineup so we can help make decisions going forward. So we can, everything can be clear. If you start trying to search for Mark Andrews to get a touchdown, bro, he might get 6 of them playing with Mark Andrews, but I wouldn't go looking for that. So I can go walk down in the drug neighborhood and find a woman that'll go home with me probably for free. Do I really want that? Or you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm being I like to be funny a little bit, guys, so we can all laugh. But I just wouldn't look for Mark Andrews. I would probably try to just play strange and catch something there. We know he's out there. He's getting all the snaps. He's getting 100% of the tight end snaps. I would just play strange. But if you want to reach for Mark Andrews, that's fine. I understand what you're saying. He probably does get a touchdown today. I agree with you. But I don't think that's going to make your team any better or make you win today. Mark Castillo says, need a tight end, bruh. Cole, was that Cole Kmet or Jonnu Smith or anyone from the waivers? I would go with Jonnu Smith, but I don't like Cole Kmet or Jonnu Smith. Let me know if you got anybody else out there on the waivers, bro. JC says Ayo Manor or Butte. That's close, man. Tomato. I'm gonna go with Ayo Manor. I just think he's gonna outshine Calvin Ridley. So let's go with Ayo Manor. I love Butte though. Butte is a start for me. Thomas says Ayo Manor, let's go. Nervous to sit Ibuka. I know, bro. I know. But he's on the snap count. That's why we doing it. We're not doing it because we just trying to get cute. We sitting him because he got a injury. If he goes out, man, and get 5 touchdowns, bro, just know that you made the right decision. You didn't know this guy was getting no 5 touchdowns. They talking about he's limited, right? That's how I see it. When you got a growing guy like Ayo Manor. But if you went with Ibuka, I don't think it's wrong. I understand when you're saying you're nervous about it because he's been performing and getting touchdown upside. But touchdown upside is very volatile for weekly base, like to do it every week. It's very volatile. Justin Jefferson doesn't do it every week. Jamar Chase doesn't do it every week. JC says Chris Rod going to get some run in Washington. Yeah, Chris Rodriguez, he will. Sean says T-Mac with Mariota, Scatterbo, or Cup, 1 point PPR. T-Mac with Mariota, Scatterboo, or Cup. Terry McLaurin with Mariota or Scatterbo. Oh, and Mariota, Scatterbo, or Cup. I'm going with Cup. Over Scatterbo and Terry McLaurin. Jack Buster says Ibuka, Metcalf, Higgins, 4 PPR. I'm going with NY says Javonte Williams is a RB2 on the season so far. He was being drafted as RB42. Is it fair to say no one saw this coming? Yes. And also, could it be smoke and mirrors? Yes, it could be. Or could it be he has a really nice role playing with the Cowboys all year and be a top 12 running back? It's very, very possible. And it happens. I'm still not searching for that. I still don't really need that on my team. I always tell y'all, don't take a piece of candy from every person that offers you a piece of candy. Just because a guy's in a top 12 doesn't mean that you need to have those problems and you feel like you missed out on it. You can't get everybody. You don't need to get everybody. Every woman that's pretty, you don't need to sleep with her, right? Sometimes you just know that, oh, she's a pretty woman. Hey, how you doing? Hey, nice to meet you, ma'am, and we'll keep it moving. Everybody ain't for everybody. I don't think you need to go and worry about Javonte. He's having a good season. If you got him on your team, keep him and put him in as an RB2 or RB1, whatever you need to. If you don't have him, don't try to trade for him. You don't need those problems. Jaden Lamb says, who do I pick up? Goff, Caleb Williams, or Mariota? We did that one already, Jaden. You might have been off, but I said dance with the girl that you came to the party with, and I said play Goff, even though I think Caleb Williams could be the #1 scoring quarterback this week. B Silver says, looking to upgrade my quarterback. Trade my Geno and my Kamara for his Caleb and ETN. No, B Silver. No, we're not doing that. Keep Geno or stream another quarterback and keep your Kamara. We're not going to no ETN from Kamara. We're going to keep Kamara. He don't even get that many carries to get hurt, per se. He's a PPR game script proof guy. New York says Pittman has been the clear top wide receiver. How you feel about him today against the Titans? I like him. I don't sit there and say he's going to get 8 targets on the left side of the field in the middle of the. I don't know all of that because it doesn't matter. We just know he's the #1, and this team is moving the ball up and down the 20s, right? So he's going to have 6 or 7 catches, and hopefully he gets a touchdown. So we playing Michael Pittman going forward for the rest of the season until he goes into a quadrant where he's not doing good anymore. Sean says, what city you in? I'm in Burlington. North Carolina. In the hood. I'm from Saxe Bahal, which is a small city. Great athletes. A lot of semi-pro guys that play baseball from Saxon Hall. Small farming town. Jay Moore, what's up, Jay Moore? He says flex 2, Ja'Cory Cross-Get married, Hendy, Hampton, Franklin, Tootin, Golden. I'm flexing Ja'Cory Cross-Get married and Franklin. Now listen, you can rotate Golden or Tootin in there if you wanted to. But to me, the guys that I'm there, because those are some good options, I'm going with Ja'Cory Cross-Get married, who should get 15 to 20 touches today. Franklin, who's been leading the team in targets the last 2 weeks. I like Tootin, but we know Travis Etienne in there. I think Tootin is the goal line back, to be honest with y'all. I love Tootin, but I wouldn't play him over Franklin, who's going in a 4 PPR league, who's probably going to get 6 or 7 catches. Golden, to me, is very volatile, so I don't want to get him in there. When you got consistent guys like Ja'Cory Cross-Get married, who's going to touch the ball more than Golden, Tootin's going to touch the ball more than Golden, and Franklin's going to touch the ball more than Golden. So I'm going to go with Ja'Cory Cross-Get married and Franklin, and if you want to rotate any of those guys out for Tootin, I think it's fine. NY says, I think DJ Moore is a high-end wide receiver 2 this week. I think DJ Moore is a guy that can get you beat by trying to make starts and sit decisions on him. He's not just a guy. He's not no Whoopi Goldberg, but I'm good. I moved on. I don't need nobody like DJ Moore. It's not a good path to targets. So I'm not trying to guess DJ Moore, but you could definitely be right, NY. But this a guy, I don't want these guys. That's why I feel like my team, and I'm gonna show y'all my teams. That's why my teams are doing so good. I don't got all these players that everybody want to figure out. Why you want to figure out? Why you want to go and go hang out with this particular woman just because everybody says she has, she's beautiful, right? I mean, if you're not interested in why, you know, like DJ Moore to me is just, why? Roma Doomsday is what I want. DeAndre Swift is what I want, right? I don't care about DJ Moore because it's just going to be volatile every week. Raphael says, need help on a wide receiver slot and flex, 4 PPR. Trubatet, Ladd, and J-Mo. So he says, need help on a wide receiver slot and a flex. So that'd be Truba and Ladd. And listen, man, I love J-Mo and I like Tet too, but you can't play any of those guys over Ladd and Truba. So Truba and Ladd. I'm scared of the Panthers O-line. J-Mo, I'm scared of golf away games. Lamar 24-2 against NFC teams. Ladd isn't being loved right now. So let me give you a real quick lesson, Raphael. I think you are playing scared. We don't play scared over here in Fantasy Good Sports, bro. And this is how I talk, so hope you don't take it personal. But it doesn't, bro, it's always going to be something. Guess what? Jamar Chase, he has a backup quarterback. Guess what? CMC could get hurt. Guess what? Derrick Henry is old. Guess what? Justin Jefferson has a backup quarterback. Everybody got something, bro. Everybody got something. Nobody's coming out here and he just a guaranteed shoe-in. So guess what? Dance with the girls that you came to the party with. Show off your team. Don't be scared. I got J-Mo. I got Chuba. Like, players can play. I don't care what happens. You got to have that attitude, man, because if you're nervous, bro, everything can happen. Oh, my God. Everything can happen. So don't worry about that. You got the squad. Don't be scared of nothing. Don't be scared of no Panthers O-line. You know, listen, they NFL players. They going to get the ball out. They gonna hyper-target guys. They might not score that many points. Don't worry about no Jared Goff. Jared Goff is a vet. He's making over $100 million for his last contract. So he's going to be fine. J-Mo is a boom player. You can't get too many better players in this type of game situation. If they playing against the Carolina Panthers, maybe they don't need J-Mo. But you need J-Mo when it comes to the Baltimore Ravens. That's the science of where I don't fear him getting 0 points. If he gets 0 points, he can just get 0 points. And I know y'all don't like for me to say that, but y'all still ask me those same questions about guys. And listen, I'm not talking about a regular start and sit question, but a lot of you are scared to play guys that we talked about in the offseason that we liked. And then when it gets time, you want to go to a guy like an A.O. Manor and play him over J-Mo. Come on, guys, make it make sense. And I can show you my teams. I'm not just sitting here saying this just to say it and just pull up my phone and just talk on here just to talk. I'm trying to teach you something. Don't worry about these other guys when you dance with the girls that you came to the party with. You got J-Mo, so you good, bro. You good. Play lad. Play lad and Chuba. NY says at some point the Bears must start giving more workload to the backup. Kyle, yes, you got to have him stashed because DeAndre Swift has never stayed healthy for a 17-week season. Big Will says, last one, bro, for my league, Ibuka, Butte, or Golden. I'm going with Butte over Ibuka and Golden. I'm going with Butte over Ibuka and Golden. B Silver says, will Hunter Renfrow maintain this week 2 output? If not, I can stash Woody Marks, Wicks, Mims, Turpin. Okay, go stash Turpin right now. I want to tell y'all, Turpin is the guy. Turpin is the guy. Not he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver, but he's a sneaky guy that plays in the slot for the Dallas Cowboys, and I love Turpin. So out of those guys, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. He's a better stash than Woody Marks because Nick Chubb is there. I think Nick Chubb has played 17 weeks 2 or 3 times. Wicks is just another guy. He's a Jack. He's a Whoopi Goldberg. Mims is still evolving. He still don't have a real true role yet, but I think he's okay. He's not sorry. Turpin is that guy. Now D-Hop is a special player on a special offense. So this is where I'm not smart enough to catch that. Like D-Hop can come out there and get 1 target for 80 yards and score and be good. Or he can get 8 targets. Like D-Hop can go either where, man, and it's rough. I like to have him on my bench, but it's hard to find D-Hop because you can't count on his targets. All the thing you can count on that he's going to make a big play in the game. Is it going to be a touchdown? Is it just going to be a catch? Is it going to be multiple big plays? So I like Turpin, dash him, but I do like D-Hop too. So between Turpin and D-Hop, those are the guys that I would stash. JC says, got to offer Jalen Warren for McBride. Need a RB. Bad. Got Kittle and Juwan and Gibbs. Tracy at RB. Got to offer Jalen Warren for my McBride. No, I wouldn't do that. We're not going to do that. We're not going to go for no Jalen Warren. Joy says, thanks as always. Cutting edge, always. Everyone have a great Sunday. Yes. NY says, the commander might plug in Jeremy Nichols as an Eckler replacement. Bill has to catch a pass. Has yet to catch a pass. Big facts right there. Big facts, New York. Kyle's Siebert says, how will QJ do today? I don't know, but he's a boom player. So be ready for him to go for 0 or go for 20 points again. That's what you got to be ready for. So, and those are good starts. A lot of you want somebody to say, hey, man, he's the best player in the league. And, okay, I'm starting him now. Oh, he might be outside the top 5. I don't want to start him. Come on now. It's simple. Occam Razor. QJ's going to be fine. You just got to start him. He's been hot, right? Now, if you got some other guys, even Troy Franklin, I'm not starting Troy Franklin over QJ. QJ, because he's been doing it for 2 weeks, going on the 3rd week with a top quarterback. New York says Henderson has struggled in pass protection, but he's too explosive to take a back seat to Stevenson. Yeah, man, but it's happening. So we got to be moving. When we get in Stevenson, we got to be looking forward. We got to be looking macro, not micro. We got to be looking for the bigger picture. It ain't happening this week. They're not just going to put Henderson in for all the goal line touches. If they do, well, hopefully they do. So we can start playing Henderson. The ones who got Henderson, we want to play them. If she easy, then she sleazy. Come on now, Deal. Come on. Give me some of that West Coast lane. Jaden Lamb says, appreciate you, bro. Cutting edge content anytime. Jimmy TV says, get George Pickens into your lineup against the Bears defense who just gave up 344 passing yards, 5 touchdowns to Jared Goff. And Jared Goff is a good quarterback. So it ain't like it's chopped liver. Yes, George Pickens is a start. Am I starting George Pickens over Troy Franklin? It's close. But yes, he could be started over Troy Franklin. That's that tier where everybody trying to make a decision. Okay. B Silver says start Dak or Caleb Williams. I'm not gonna get that cute. I'm gonna start Dak, but both of these guys are equal. I think could be top 7 quarterbacks this week, Dak and Caleb. Durf Boy, he says, good morning, AJ Brown or Ibuka. That's easy. That's AJ Brown all day. Hennessy Black says, Superflex, Tyrod or Wan'Dale Robinson. I'm going with I would put Tyrod in my Superflex position. I would. I would. JC, you are so. And listen. Usually I don't chat. I'm gonna break it down. And if you keep doing this, and look, we joking right here. You keep doing it because you know you won't. Where it's almost like you want me to date a girl that I'm not really into. I didn't say she ugly. I just don't want her. I don't know why you want me to say what you want me to say about DJ Moore. He the best wide receiver. Like if I say that, will you even like give me a shout out and say, "Hey, bro said DJ Moore is great." Like what do you want me to say? This guy is not getting no alpha targets. He might get a big play. I don't get it. I see if I was like TD, he's leading the league in targets and he's one of the best wide receivers. And I'm talking about no DJ Moore, that's not even happening. Why you drafting him and you just want me to lift him up? I don't get it. Jimmy says, if you need a tight end today, look at Tongues. I agree 100%. He has had either a receiving touchdown or at least 5 targets in both games this season. Big facts. Martin Castillo says, bruh, Judy or Diggs or RJ Harvey. I'm going with Diggs slightly over Judy, but Judy has more touchdown upside. So if you need a safe play, I think Diggs is the guy. Judy, to me, has more touchdown upside. He can get a touchdown. RJ Harvey, I like him, but I can't start him, man. I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to have him in the game and then J.K. Dobbins steal his touchdown. Jimmy says, would you buy low on Mike Evans heading into week 4? Maybe. Just depends on what I'm giving up on. Yes. I think so now. I think it's shifted. I think I want Mike Evans out of Buka and Godwin and when all these people come back. Renato, he says Jukins or Hampton. I'm going with Jukins. I'm sorry, not Jukins, Jukins. And Renato says Nico, Tet, or Emeka. Sit one. I'm sitting Emeka. All right, guys. Well, listen, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Y'all guys be safe. Let's get this money. Let's get this bread. Peace. Jimmy says Dontavius Wicks could be a good play this week against the Browns with an injury to Jaden Reed. Yeah, bro, but listen, I'm gonna keep telling y'all. I don't know what your teams is, but don't be reaching to try to get a hit in a regular 12-man league from these guys that are just guys. They just jags. Like, what do you? I don't understand that. Like, why would I go to try to get electricity? Why would I go to the top of a tower or metal tower during a lightning storm to try to say, oh, I got it. Look, I got lightning in a bottle. Won't I just go and call Duke Power for $200 and let them install my electricity? And Duke Power, maybe I'm on the South, so maybe y'all got a different electric company. But I can make it simple. I ain't got to worry about getting electrocuted or none of that. You can get electrocuted, bro, trying to go get something from Dontavius Wicks, but just to talk for content, definitely he can because of the situation with the receivers being hurt in Green Bay. He definitely can. Oh, you know it, JC. We know we love each other, bro. That's why I'm chastising you. You know it. I love you too, bro. Ain't no but straight fam. You and your mom, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all been following me for a long time. So now, man, I get it. It's good for to let the chat know that Dontavius Wicks, if they need to play him, but bro, I'm not worried about no Dontavius Wicks. My team, I used to be out, man. I'm telling you, my shit is right. I don't be worried about none of those guys. I just be playing my studs like Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey. That's and a couple guys like Golden, on a couple teams. Other than that, I'm not going to no damn Dontavius Wicks. Sean Bond says Hampton makes me nervous, bro. Is tempted to trade his ass, bro. I agree with you. And bro, I wanted to tell you, because I know you know fantasy. I don't want to tell y'all how to draft your teams. But bro, I didn't get no rookies this year, and I told everybody not to get no rookies. I said trade once they start hitting. And I get it. But it's one gonna hit. It's gonna only be Judkins right now. It looks like Judkins the only guy that's getting that type of carries. Oh, okay. In a deep league only. Right, Jimmy. Okay. Facts. Don Mega Marriott says Illinois is it's ComEd. Okay, he's talking about the electricity company. Martin Castillo says Ibuka, Swift, or Bill. Thank you, bro. 30 point, 40 point. Yes, sir. I'm going with Swift slightly off the hair off of my chinny chin chin over Bill. Sean says no rookies, drop Hunter. Right. The rookies, it ain't ready for him. But listen, you can be able to trade for these rookies. When you see something, I promise you, you will be able to go get one of these rookies. I promise you. Don't think you won't be able to get them. But I'm not gonna tell you to drop them. If you got Genty or Harvey or Hampton, you can't drop them. You gotta trade them. And you might have to trade them a little bit lower than regular. Xavier Leggett is just out. I just saw it, guys. Xavier Leggett is out today. Sean says Bucks D or Patriots D. I will go with the Bucks D. I'm going with the Bucks D. Jimmy says someone dropped Harvey in my league. Go pick his ass up and stash him. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. Sean says, be easy, bro. You're the best doing it, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Peace.